Hello, friends. Thought I'd do another entry in my best games of 2022 series. Now, I honestly had a very frustrating time with this because I don't know if you guys are aware. Stadia, rest in peace, was actually the first platform that this was on. They made it a timed exclusive, and I could barely get Stadia to work. It kept constantly crashing and freezing and lagging, and it made a game like this, even though this game is on the slower side, it made it like unplayable. And I ended up going to the Game Center, which has like the best internet in town, and it still wasn't working. So I did manage to finish the game on Stadia, and I enjoyed it for what it was, but I was definitely very thankful when they gave me the review key for the PC version. I think this game is great. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but the main problem with this game is the lack of content. There's not really anything to do past the story. They focus a little bit too much on the story. However, the good news is that they did a DLC character poll, so we're going to have a Super Sentai rep in this game, which is pretty interesting, because if you look here, you have an Ultraman rep. You have, like, I guess you could call this like Mazinger Z or something. And then you have this like standard Godzilla type kaiju. They don't have a Super Sentai rep in this at all. It's pretty interesting that they chose Ultraman as their first rep. But they're going to have a Super Sentai rep in the game, and then they're not really telling us exactly what they're going to be adding. But they said that there will be some new modes. They said basically on their stream, I quote them, something like, we know people keep asking us for more ways to play the game, so I'm going to assume that they're going to add a roguelike mode, because this game has like pretty much all the content you would want, the foundation you would want for a roguelike, but the game just kind of ends. So hopefully that's what we're going to see. I feel like the colors were kind of supposed to
our next objective.
supposed to encourage replay value, but it didn't really work too well.
Aegis, this is your chance.
So they said that will come out sometime in 2023. They don't know when. There's no gameplay yet, but if they add a roguelike mode to this, I will definitely play it. Might be up there in terms of Streets 4, in terms of replay value.
Team, the Nephilim have breached the wall that separates New Toronto from the infested Old City.
Alright, so this is kind of going to be a victory run. One of the problems with this game is you try to play through the game again and you overpower everything. Like, by the time you get a build, the game is over. I think this game actually has it's a pretty rudimentary scoring system, but it's better than stuff like Streets 4. I think Streets 4 kind of falls apart when you try to play for score, because it basically incentivizes playing perfectly, which is, as you know, beat-em-ups are full of RNG. It doesn't matter how well you play and how well you know the game, and even if you like go to the extreme lengths of like routing the levels, it's still going to be like pretty much impossible to always have consistent performance. I like how it is in this game. It's pretty much just overkill stuff and group things together, so if you have like good beat-em-up fundamentals, you won't have a hard time S-ranking this game. I know some people didn't like the score system, but I thought scoring in Streets 4 was incredibly frustrating and boring, and I didn't really like it that much. I feel like this is a good happy medium. Obviously, I'm playing the first level with an endgame character, though. So, not going to be too interesting, but you basically get the gist of it. I did do an overview for this back when it came out, so I recommend referring to that. I don't remember if I did it on the crappy Stadia version or not, but it doesn't matter. Stadia version was pretty dreadful. I hope they got paid well for doing that, because it made things actively not fun. That's probably why it shut down. My other only real major complaint about this game is the fact that bosses are pretty much in hyper armor all the time. I'm hoping when they do the DLC, like maybe they'll add like some different kind of mechanic, or like a stun mechanic or something, where you can like drain their bar and maybe stagger them for a while. Kind of like how it works in Assault Spy, or like some Tales games. I think that would be a lot better, as this game definitely does have the problem of the combo system is kind of pointless on bosses. Doesn't really do much of anything. They should not have made it that way, but I think they wanted the bosses to be more like actual kaiju fights, and you know, they don't really juggle each other in kaiju fights that much. I highly recommend this game. It's not going to last you as long as Streets 4. I think right now, honestly, I think the best thing to do would be to just buy it, beat the game, because they'll probably require you to beat the game to get the DLC, and then wait for the update to come out. I think the game is very solid. There is no online play, but it definitely is one of the best games I played. I actually went ahead and bought the game on Switch with my own money after they gave me the PC key. They also added a performance mode to the Switch version as well, so it will actually run at 60 FPS most of the time now, so if that's your preferred platform, the game is available on there. It is available on Steam on sale right now for about $20, so got a little bit of a tight budget. I recommend buying it. Just don't expect to get like Streets 4 Fight and Rage kind of a replay value out of it. It definitely suffers there, but they've already addressed that, so hopefully that will come sooner than later. Thanks for watching.